Hey anime fam! Today, we're unlocking the vault of fantasy anime with main characters so overpowered they make villains cry themselves to sleep. But here's the catch, these aren't your typical mainstream picks. Nope, we're diving into the hidden treasures, the underrated gems that deserve way more hype. Buckle up, this list is going to blow your mind. Number 10. Sekiro no Defeat, 2026, Kadokawa Arch. Set in Japan's chaotic Sengoku era, Sekiro No Defeat follows the Divine Heir, a boy with mystical blood and his silent shinobi protector. When Ashina faces annihilation from the Interior Ministry, Genichiro Ashina turns to forbidden powers. Sekiro, armed with skill and unwavering loyalty, takes up the blade to protect his master and homeland. It's a violent and poetic tale of loyalty, destiny, and redemption, told against a backdrop of war, supernatural threats, and blood-soaked honor. Now let me tell you, Sekiro is not your chatty, feel-good protagonist. He barely speaks, but when his blade comes out, oh, everybody listens. This anime takes the grit of historical Japan and drops in monstrous enemies that make regular samurai duels look like warm-ups. What's insane is how the show balances that quiet intensity with moments of pure savage spectacle. I'm hyped because it's fully hand-drawn, a rarity these days. If you're the type who loves tension, brutal duels, and loyalty that cuts deeper than steel, this one is going to be your new obsession. Number 9. Sentenced to Be a Hero, 2026, Studio Kai. Here the word hero isn't an honor, it's a death sentence. Criminals convicted of serious crimes are forced into endless wars against demon lords, cursed to resurrect after every death. Hero Xylo Forbarts, a disgraced knight, leads Penal Unit 9004, an army of criminals with nothing left to lose. Along the way, he meets Teorita, a living weapon who might tip the balance. Bound by vengeance and survival, Xylo becomes a terrifying force of rebellion against gods and mortals alike. I love this twist on the hero concept. Normally, heroes are praised. Here, being a hero is basically eternal torture. And Xylo? He's not fighting for honor or fame. He's fighting because the system betrayed him. That's the type of OP protagonist energy I live for. He's broken, angry, and completely unstoppable. Watching him fight with zero fear of death is thrilling because he literally can't stay dead. Studio Kai is bringing this to life, and I can already picture those battlefields dripping with chaos. This one's grim, dark, and absolutely unforgettable. Number 8. Gimi Jiju. Gimi Jiju is a mystical fantasy infused with occult conspiracies and cosmic terror. It follows a man who stumbles into a hidden realm of spiritual knowledge. As he climbs higher through secret societies and shadowy hierarchies, he masters eldritch abilities that twist fate itself. With every step, he transcends humanity, standing at the border between man and God. The more he learns, the more dangerous and unstoppable he becomes, shaping the world through eerie, terrifying power. This anime feels like fantasy, mixed with a horror novel that keeps you awake at night. The main character doesn't charge into battles with swords. He manipulates events like a chess master, outsmarting both humans and monsters. It's not the flashy, high-energy OP you see everywhere. It's intellectual and unsettling. Every episode feels like a puzzle, and the MC is always 10 steps ahead. That eerie vibe makes it such a standout. If you're into dark, cerebral anime that makes you think and creeps you out at the same time, this one is definitely a must-watch. 7. Chao, year and studio unconfirmed. In a futuristic world where humans and mermaids live side by side, Stefan, a mild-mannered office worker, suddenly finds himself proposed to by Chao, a bold mermaid princess. Before he knows it, he's drawn into royal politics, undersea wars, and impossible stakes. But beneath his ordinary demeanor lies a hidden strength. With Chao by his side, Stefan steps into an OP role he never asked for, becoming the protector of both land and sea. This anime is such a surprise package. At first you think, oh, it's just a quirky rom-com about a human and a mermaid princess. But then it flips into high-stakes fantasy, and suddenly our boring office worker is wrecking enemies under the sea. Stefan is that kind of character you root for because he's relatable. He didn't ask for any of this. He's basically all of us trying to survive Monday mornings, except his Mondays involve stopping mermaid wars. It's heartfelt, funny, and action-packed, and that mix makes it such a refreshing, underrated gem. Number 6. Arknights, Rise from Ember, year and studio unconfirmed. In a world plagued by deadly catastrophes and oppressive regimes, Rhodes Island fights to survive and resist. Leading them is a mysterious man whose power is unmatched, both tactically and magically. His presence transforms every battle into a carefully orchestrated victory. With allies from all walks of life, warriors, medics, assassins, he becomes the key to humanity's survival. Yet his connection to the source of the world's suffering makes his role more complex than anyone could imagine. This anime hits hard because it's not just about power, it's about brains. The MC is not only overpowered, he's a strategist who sees the battlefield like a chessboard. That's rare in fantasy anime, where raw strength usually takes the spotlight. What I love most is how tactical the fights feel. Every move counts. And yet, when he personally steps in, it's lights out for the enemy. It's grim, stylish, and emotional, with characters that feel human even in their darkest moments. If you like your fantasy thoughtful and brutal, this one deserves a spot on your list. Number 5. The Shy Hero and the Assassin Princesses, year and studio unconfirmed. In a world of warring clans, humanity's fate rests on a painfully shy hero. Despite his crippling anxiety, his strength surpasses every enemy he faces. Paired with 2 assassin princesses, both deadly and constantly clashing, he embarks on a journey of war, betrayal, and awkward humor. While his power is unrivaled, his real battle is surviving the social interactions that terrify him. Together, the trio creates chaos, comedy, and carnage in equal measure. This anime is pure gold. The MC can wipe out armies without blinking, but if someone so much as praises him, he nearly passes out. The contrast is hilarious and makes his OP status even more entertaining. What seals the deal are the assassin princesses, snarky, cunning, and always keeping him on his toes. Their banter is as fun as their battles, and the way they clash with his shy personality is comedy perfection. It's rare to find an anime that balances comedy, emotional stakes, and savage fight scenes this well. Definitely deserves way more love. Number 4. Carnival, 2013 Manglobe. In a dazzling world of circuses and conspiracies, Nai, a pure-hearted boy searching for his friend, crosses paths with Gareki, a sharp-witted thief. Their journey leads them into Circus, an organization fighting against monstrous threats called Veruga. Nai's mysterious abilities, tied to ancient secrets, make him both a target and a beacon of hope. Amid whimsical visuals lies a dangerous underworld where innocence masks overwhelming strength, and survival requires both courage and power. This one is criminally underrated. On the surface, it looks bright, colorful, and almost playful. But don't be fooled. Beneath all the circus glitz is a surprisingly dark story with some seriously intense battles. Nai might look like the softest boy alive, but when his powers show up, it's jaw-dropping. And Gareki's sharp personality makes their dynamic unforgettable. The show's art style is unique. It feels almost too pretty for the dark twists that unfold. It's that clash between whimsy and danger that makes Carnival stand out. Definitely a gem that more people should revisit. Number 3. Farmagia, 2025 and Studio Bridge. In a world where magic is farmed from the land, one boy possesses the rare gift of growing colossal weapons and living creatures from the soil itself. While others produce small, simple spells, his creations are devastatingly powerful and terrifyingly alive. Seen as both savior and threat, he battles to protect his village, uncovering secrets about his origins and the dangerous truth behind his gifts. His power, rooted in nature, shakes the foundation of his world. This concept is so fresh, it's basically farming anime meets epic fantasy. The MC is out here planting literal monster weapons like he's growing tomatoes, and I love it. The creativity of his abilities makes every fight unpredictable, and there's something so satisfying about watching him pull power straight out of the ground. But it's not just hype battles, it's emotional too. His struggle with being seen as both protector and monster hits deep. Honestly, this anime has the kind of originality that could make it a cult favorite. It deserves way more recognition than it gets. Number 2. Mononoke Hinazumi, year and studio unconfirmed. Building on the legendary Mononoke series, Hinazumi follows a wandering figure whose strength eclipses both humans and demons. In a world plagued by fiery spirit rats that spread destruction and disease, he uses overwhelming, almost divine powers to unravel curses. The series combines chilling folklore, surreal art, and poetic storytelling. The protagonist isn't a traditional hero. He's more of a mysterious force of nature walking among men, blurring the line between savior and executioner. This anime is art, literally. The visuals look like moving paintings, and the eerie folklore storytelling gives it a vibe unlike anything else. The MC feels less like a character and more like an ancient being, someone you can't quite understand, but can't look away from either. His powers are overwhelming, and the way he dismantles spirits and curses is mesmerizing. It's haunting, it's strange, and it leaves you thinking long after the credits roll. If you want fantasy that's both beautiful and unsettling, this is easily one of the most underrated picks out there. Number 1. The Brilliant Healer's New Life in the Shadows, 2025, Studio Macaria. A modern-day doctor dies and reincarnates in a world of swords and sorcery. Wishing for a peaceful life, he hides his overwhelming magical power and becomes a humble village healer. But while he treats villagers by day, he secretly eliminates terrifying threats by night. Villains, monsters, and forces even kings can't stop. His quiet double life builds a whispered legend, a healer who shapes the world from the shadows while pretending to be ordinary. This anime blew me away because it nails that low-key OP vibe perfectly. The healer trope is usually support only, but here, the healer is the most broken character in the whole world. What I love is his attitude. He doesn't want recognition or power, he just wants peace. But trouble follows him, and when he switches from gentle doctor to ruthless fighter, it's such a rush. It's the perfect balance of wholesome and savage. Honestly, if you slept on this one, fix that immediately. It's the kind of series that leaves you grinning every episode. And that's a wrap. 10 underrated fantasy anime with main characters so powerful, they redefine the word overpowered. From healers hiding their strength to shy heroes and shinobi cutting down destiny itself, these shows prove that greatness often flies under the radar. Which one's going on your watch list? Comment below, hit that like, and stay tuned for more anime gems.